Bob Braddy, who, by the way, will be inducted into the National College Baseball Hall of Fame in July. And, Coach, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Congratulations, Coach. Congratulations again, sir.
Thank you, Rob. It's always a pleasure, and it's always a pleasure being with you on the network and representing JSU. And a great show, and I always enjoy it.
Coach, I want to get into, we just saw some kids at Trustmark Park, and you always, you have your finger on the pulse of helping kids out when it comes to baseball. You got a baseball league coming up this year?
Yeah, Rob, we have been chartered by Little League Baseball to have a league here in Jackson, the city of Jackson. And the city of Jackson, along with Councilman Hendricks, they have agreed to lease Levelwood baseball field. You have 4 complexes over there, and we're trying to get it ready now so that we can have registration. And the thing about Little League Baseball is that it goes all the way through July. And my plea is to try and get parents in the community to get their boys and girls involved in baseball and softball at an early age, 5 through 14 especially. And because there's a direct correlation between crime and our kids being involved in activities. So I'm challenging the churches, the community, to get involved with these youngsters, and especially during the summer months, because there's not much to do, and these kids are going to find something to do. So my theory is that you give a kid a bat, a ball, a place to play, and you won't find them going astray. So we pay now or we pay later. You put time in with these youngsters when they're young, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then when they get 13 and 14, you got your hands on the pus. But if you don't do that, then once they get to an older age, if you haven't have that connection there, then you're going to find our young boys especially in trouble. And we just can't talk about why are they going to jail or why are they getting in trouble. We know what the problem is, so we certainly need to just address it. The problem isn't going anywhere,
right,
unless we solve it.
And Coach, this sign up is this Saturday at Levelwood.
It's this Saturday at Levelwood Park from 10 to 1 o'clock, and it'll be going on next week. And our season will start probably the second week in May. But there are other parks also, like Grove Park, Forest Hill. They got the rec league. The rec leagues will end around first week in June. Our league will end late in July, which gives the kids an opportunity to be involved and to play longer. Now,
I know some of the parents say baseball is an expensive sport. What do they need to bring? Do they have to bring their own bats and gloves and stuff?
This league is very affordable. There's only a $40 registration fee. And we'll furnish the cap, we'll furnish the ball, we'll furnish the jersey, we'll furnish the catching equipment and all that.
Wow.
So we don't want a child to be turned away, even if they say they can't afford it or can't afford it. We'll find donors or people who will make donations, and we don't want to turn a child away. So we encourage them to take advantage of this opportunity, Rob J, and help us, come out and help us out, help us in the concession stand, help us to keep the field up. We were buying dirt yesterday, and the city has a limited budget, so we're trying to help out there. So even you, Rob, can buy some dirt. So just get in touch with me and make a donation.
Yes, sir. Well, Coach, this is great, man. We had this when I was coming up, had baseball leagues, and a lot of guys did stay out of trouble playing in these baseball leagues. And this is great to do, man. It really is.
Rob, it's an amazing thing. My dad had 8 boys, and I thought he loved baseball because he put us on the truck every Saturday afternoon to go out across this community and play ball. And I found out later on his purpose was that if I don't find something for these boys to do, then they're going to find something to do. So I'm thankful, and man, it's just great. And I'm encouraging the parents and the community, everybody to get involved. You just can't leave it to the parents. The community really has to get involved.
Well, Coach, I want to get back to you being inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. You're the winningest coach in SWAC history. What does that mean to you, Coach, to be inducted in this?
Rob, this is, as Bernie Fight say, this is a big one. At first I thought it was just something small, and when they called and said I was a candidate, that was going to be considered, and I said, okay, well, it's just because I've already in the American Baseball College Association of America, and I said, well, this is something to look. So I decided to do a little research, And the first person I saw that had been inducted into this Hall of Fame was Jackie Robinson.
Wow.
Then you had Lou Gehrig, and you had Rick Mundy. And I said, wow, man, this is great. And, you know, when you're recognized by your peers, that's the greatest honor that you can get. And of course, the legislature gave me a resolution, and when you're honored by your home people, Jackson State recognized me. They called and congratulated me, and I'm thankful for that. I'm very thankful for Jackson State. Because that's my blood, you know, blood.
I know, and
you know that.
Yes, sir. You always get on me about
Oh, yeah.
making sure Jackson State
Make sure you cover Jackson
yes,
State,
sir.
man.
Yes, sir. Well, Coach, I want to, you know, a couple of weeks ago we had Tiger Fest, and it has grown into a big event. When you were here at Jackson State as an athletic director, you started that. I
did, Rob J. I tell you what, you know, Jackson State had been having their spring game at Memorial Stadium all the time. And I'm not going to be selfish. I got the idea from Tuskegee Institute because we used to go over there every spring and play in a baseball tournament, and they had all these activities going on. So, and they built school spirit. So in 2007, it was proposed that we bring the game to Jackson State. And man, it has I understand they had almost 4,000 people there, and the first event was 2007. We had the band there. We had the football spring game, had baseball game, had softball game, and it's a great way to enhance school spirit and bring people to your campus to see what your school is all about. And then Tiger Farm worked closely with us because they were sponsoring the spring game over there at Memorial Stadium, so they came in, and I'm just so glad to see this thing come to fruition. And I encourage the Jacksonians and the people to support Jackson State, and not only for events like that, but buy season football tickets. You know, there's no reason why we shouldn't be selling 15 and 20,000 season tickets and help support not only the football, but the total athletic program at Jackson State. And I'm just so glad to see all this happen. It's awesome.
Wow. Well, Coach, I mean, you started Tiger Fest. You have a stadium on campus in your name. You've done a lot of things. You think you ever get to the point where you retire my number?
You know, Rob, I was thinking about that on my way over here. And one thing I have to say about you, Rob, you are a real competitor. You know, I don't care. Even when I was coaching baseball at Jackson State, if I cut you, you would show up the next day. You know, and you were just persistent. And I can tell in your spirit right now that you still think you can make the baseball team.
Well, Coach.
Well, I do have an old-timer team now that you might be able to be inducted into that league.
Well, Coach, it's always great to have you here, man, and get into your baseball league this weekend. Do you need coaches?
I most definitely do. And that's we're going to be soliciting coaches, and of course, Little League require you to run background checks on all volunteers, a volunteer thing, and we want coaches. So if you know anybody who wants to coach a 9, 10, 11, and 12, and not only do we have 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, and 14, we have a league for 5-year-olds through 8-year-olds that we have a young man named Craig Tate is coaching them. So, and the thing about it is we're going to give coaching clinics. We're going to have Coach Omar to come over and give the coaches a clinic so they can teach the kids the correct fundamentals and how to play the game of baseball, because it's very important to have their fundamentals, because as they enter into high school, they have to compete with teams like Northwest Rankins and other. And now you know that Jackson Public School doesn't do a great job of competing with those schools, simply because the kids don't get those bases at a young age.
That's right.
Clint Johnson's doing a good job as athletic director, but we got to catch them early. And it's not just to play baseball, Rob. It's to give them, make them meaningful citizens. We want them to be good citizens, and it teaches a lot of things. It teaches you how to win. It teaches you how to lose. It teaches you how to participate. It teaches you how to make decisions, and it teaches you how to accept things. So it's not just about baseball and softball.
All right, Coach. Well, we will definitely continue to promote this. The Bob Braddy Baseball Little League number 10, and number 10 represents your number 10. Thank you for joining us this morning, Coach.
Rob J., I thank you, and thank you for the time, and hey, let's get it going.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right,
Thanks
Coach.
a lot.
All right, stay with us. More Metro Morning Live after the break.